Alrighty, now that I got that off of my chest, now number 26 is Pocahontas 2. This is one of the worst Disney sequels I've ever watched in my entire life. It's completely insulting to the first film. Granted, the first film is not accurate to the actual story, but I don't mind the music and I don't mind the characters. But in this movie, it was completely dumb. I mean, there's another John named John Roth, played by Billy Zane, just completely forgettable. It's laughable. It's just a pain in the ass. Some of the songs are so over the top that I'm like, this is a Disney movie, really? I feel no magic at all. I just thought that this movie was a waste of time. Just one of the worst things ever. Definitely worth being in my top 50 worst. Because I wouldn't advise you watching it. Just watch the first film movie. It's not that bad. It's better than Avatar at least. So yeah, Pocahontas 2 is a thumbs down. Now, number 25 is Halloween 5, the insulting sequel to the fourth one. The fourth one ended just fine with Jamie Lloyd gonna be the next killer. You know, with the she had the scissors in her hand, and then Loomis is like no, and that was a good ending. And then they fucked it up with part 5 because Timothy Oliphant Jerkoff, whatever his name is, the guy that did the Omen 4, he fucked up with this movie. The ending of part 4 is not even mentioned up. It's not even mentioned again. You start the movie with Jamie Lloyd screaming and being a mute and having this psychic connection with Michael Myers, which makes no sense. Michael Myers cries in this movie. What kind of a pussy did you make him into? Often in jerk off, and the kills are very forgettable. You kill off Ellie Cornell. You kill her off in the first 20 minutes. The girl Tina, that she's one of the worst actresses I've ever seen in a slasher film. She's like, I'm like, oh god, this girl's so freaking annoying. And this guy has sex with his pants on. It's dumb as hell. Really, really stupid. I wish that this movie did not exist. I'd rather see H2O and Resurrection back to back, because at least those are not as dumb as this. Just a complete waste of time. There's one cute moment in the film where Jamie Lloyd and the stuttering kid, he gives her some flowers or something and she kisses him. That's cute, but it didn't need to be in this film. I could see that on YouTube, but the rest of the film is awful. It doesn't feel like Halloween at all. The two idiot cops didn't help. It was just very, very stupid, and the ending didn't make any sense either. So I think it's worse than Curse of. Just a big insult to the first movie and part 4. Okay, next, 24 is Curse of the Puppet Master. This is the worst Puppet Master film ever, and you cannot take that away from me. I really enjoy the first 5 films. They have a lot of merits, a lot of good visual effects, a lot of cool characters. This has none of that. It's short, it's boring, it's stupid. The ending is one of the biggest middle fingers I've ever seen. It's so downbeat, and it just makes you feel useless at the end. I wish that this movie never existed. You can skip this movie and go right to Retro Puppet Master and Axis of Evil, and you wouldn't be missing anything. It's a very stupid movie. I wish I had never watched it. It's really, really stupid. Just a painful experience to watch. Okay, number 23 is Three Ninjas High Noon at Mega Mountain. Yes, this had to make the list. It's an awful sequel. I mean, first of all, you don't have any of the cast from the first film. The kids that play Rocky, Colt, and Tum Tum are not played by the same actors. They're played by completely different actors that suck ass. They have no charisma. They're just kid actors they got off the street. Hulk Hogan's in this movie. He's wasted as Dave Dragon. I mean, I like the setting in the theme park. It's like Beverly Hills Cop 3, which I don't mind either. But this one just took it too far. It's way too over the top. Jim Varney's wasted as the villain, as one of the villains. And Lonnie Anderson, who's hot in this movie, but just didn't like her in the film. It's so cartoonish. It's so stupid. I wish that this movie never existed either, because I like the first 2 films that were released. I don't like this one. It's horrible. Seeing it as an adult is just a laugh. If you want a good laugh, maybe you could see it, laugh at it or make fun of it with some friends. But see it by yourself at your own risk, because it's painful. Okay, number 22 is Predators. Yes, that's right. I don't like Predators. I like Predator 1, which is awesome, and Predator 2 is a badass sequel. This is an insult to both of them. Adrian Brody trying to sound like Christian Bale, like, here we see the Predators. This is the game preserver, we're the game. I'm like, this is stupid. I mean, the rest of the cast is forgettable. Alice Braga, once again, stay away from sci-fi. You're not a good actress in this genre. I didn't care for you in this, or in I Am Legend, or Elysium. Go away, please. The rest of the characters are just stock characters of the first film. They rip off a lot of things from the first film. Long Tall Sally from the end of the film is from the first movie. Do It Now, that's from the first movie. Turn Around, that's from the first movie. The jungle setting is from the first movie. The characters are from the first movie. You got the Predator, the original Predator from the first movie. It's like a remake. It doesn't feel like a sequel to the first two films. It's just a knockoff of the first movie, and it doesn't feel good. And the action is not there. It's forgettable. There was some interesting ideas, like an alien that came out of nowhere that they were shooting at, but it's killed off just like that. And I'm like, this is a sucky sequel. I'm sorry. I didn't care for Predators. I think that they could have done a Predator 3 right after Part 2, and it would have been better than this. Just a complete waste of space. Topher Grace as a villain didn't work for me. I'm sorry. I don't mind him as an actor, but in this movie, he was horrible. Just, why was he the villain? And the CGI is not that great. I mean, the Predators look pretty cool. You know, the visual effects, I'll give it that. But other than that, I think the movie is very forgettable. It's a very overrated sequel. The critics didn't need to jerk off to this. They really didn't. It's horrendous.